Welcome. Project is done. Finally. It took me longer than I expected because for some whatever reason I decided to glue the panels for the drawers instead of just using pocket holes and pocket screws. If I would have gone with the pocket hole route, I think I would have been done like 2 days ago, but I guess my brain just wanted to use the clamps. But either way, let me show you real quick. And they're not symmetrical, but they work for me. And let me tell you, they hold a lot of storage. I still need to organize a lot of the things, but you could see they're pretty deep too. They're 21 3/4 length and height. It varies, but for the most part, I think I'm happy with it. For whatever reason, I don't know, we all make mistakes, but yeah, that's that. Now these middle drawers, oh my goodness. I had a lot of trouble with these because the fitting would not want to fit. So you'll see in the video, I'll explain what the problem was and what I did to just fix it. But yeah, and this drawer right here, and initially it was gonna be the same thing as over here, the small one, the big one. But instead, what I decided to do was, since I needed a place to put these because I just didn't want to leave them outside in the open, I decided to just make it as big as it could go. And luckily, I had enough room to make it, hey, because look at that, just perfect. And you can see right here the dado that initially I was going to put in a little drawer right here, but I changed my mind and just decided to go this route, and I'm happy with it. But yeah, so just stick around and see how I did this, the whole thing. Alright guys, so just watch the video, please. Thank you. Welcome to part 2 of this series. So in this part, I'm just going detail on this specific drawer, but by measuring tape. Anyways, I go in detail on this drawer, but it's basically the same concept. The length, it's the same for each drawer, 21 3/4 inches. But the height varies, and for this particular drawer, it was, I think exact height was 3 3/4, but I cut each panel to 4 inches in width. And I do this because I like sneaking up on the measurement instead of trying to cut it on the first pass, because majority of the time I always mess up, and it saves me a lot of headaches. So you could do it however, this is just my method of doing it, because you could always cut material, but you could never add material back on. So I just like sneaking up on the actual height. And you can see, I think I did 3 or 4 cuts after the 4 inches. You can see that one's nice, but then the other side, it's not. So I go back and cut like 1/16 of an inch off on each panel, and that did the trick. That's what made the panel just slide nice and easy like that. That's what we want. Next, I'm cutting the rails to length, which is 21 3/4, like I said. And I do this for both, and I just use a miter gauge on the table saw to cut them to length. And next, I go and measure the width of the box. You want to take in consideration the width of the 2 rails of the panels. So that's what I did here, and perfect fit. So next we move on to the joinery. And here what I'm doing is I get a clamp to hold everything in place, because when you drill in pocket holes, it tends to, how do I say it, like pull the wood away and then it comes close. It's weird, but clamping it down, it just makes everything secured and not move, which is what you want. And I just had 3 pocket holes because I had to order new ones, but they weren't going to get here till tomorrow, so I didn't want to wait. So what I did was, well, first I cut out the drawer handle for the front panel of the drawer, and I used tape to reduce tear out on the plywood, because this is not, well, basically any type of plywood, you're going to have a lot of chip out if you don't use tape. Well, it's what I noticed. That's why I like using tape. It reduces the chip out or the tear out of the plywood. And I just follow the line and cut it. After cutting it out, I go back with the little sand block thing and just smooth out the cut. And then I add little chamfers on top and at the bottom, just to avoid splintering myself or somebody else who opens the drawer. I don't want them to get splinters, so just add that little chamfer. It helps a lot. Now what I'm doing is using a countersink bit, and what this allows me to do is to screw into screw, but it's flush with the wood, so that way when I'm pulling the drawer, it doesn't hit on the screw. It's a useful little drill bit, and I highly recommend you guys to get one. And I just do this on each side to secure it and make it more sturdy. Okay. And we're coming up to the last part of the drawer. It's a time lapse of just me installing the bottom panel. And to be honest, guys, making drawers, it's not that hard. Essentially, you're just making a box. But the difference here is that I decided to use a dado where this drawer slides on. So that might be the only difficult part, but other than that, it's super simple. And I highly encourage you guys to go out and try to make some. And here, what I'm doing is just dry fitting everything to see if my measurements came spot on or if I messed up, but it looks like I was right on. For it to slide more smoothly, what I do is add paste wax on the drawer, and what this allows is to just ride more smoothly on the dados. And that's it, guys. That's all the drawers, and the next clips are just time lapses of me building all the drawers. So if you guys want to stick around and just watch it, thank you. If not, then thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye now.
Just another sunny day in Southern California. It's where the people came to play. Don't let them transform you. Come and see what you've been missing on a little slice of heaven. It's the only place we're living. We're living.
I'll just pause the music real quick just to say something about the next clip coming up. It's about the middle drawers I was talking about in the intro of the video, but here it is. So if you remember in the intro, I mentioned that I had trouble with the middle drawers, and what the problem was that the width of the drawer was too wide by like 1/16 of an inch on each side. So what I did to compromise was sand everything like 9 times. So 9 times on one side and 9 times on the other side. And this probably took me a while, but it actually worked out. And I was happy. So yeah, the next few clips is just me sanding away. Alright, cue the music. Alright guys, well, whoever watched the whole video, thank you so much for the support. But that's it. That's all the drawers. That's the process, and yeah, I got nothing more to say. So just stay tuned for my next project. Not sure when that will be, but hopefully soon. So just take care of yourself and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Just another sunny day in Southern California. It's where the people